Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to tell you about my journey of coming to Saudi Arabia. It's not something that I thought of. I actually never thought of coming to Middle East, not even a second in my life. I've always heard stories of girls coming here and a lot of things happening to them there and there. A lot of girls dying, losing their organs and all of that. So I had fear. I had fear, actually not even having fear, but I never saw myself ending up here in Saudi Arabia. Like there is a way God, there's a way God does his things. But it happened, and it's not something that it's not something that I regret. I don't regret it one bit. No, I don't. So my journey coming here happened in a way that I was lost. I didn't know myself no more. Like I couldn't recognize myself in the mirror anymore. I was hiding away from people. Like I was in that kind, should I say that I was just depressed? So I'm this kind of girl. I started working when I'm still young. Yeah, I thank God for that. I was so blessed with this group of people. It was a company that I was working with as I went to university back then, that is between 2016 and 2019. That's when I was at campus for 3 years. I did a bachelor's degree in business administration. Yes, I did. So after 2019, we went into 2020. I still had my job. I was actually praying for a promotion because I had graduated, and things can happen. So 2020 was very good at the start, but there came March, and that was when COVID came in and spoiled everything for me. COVID treated me so bad. Like, it started like we had gone for a COVID break. They sent us back home, like we are going to come back for work after the COVID breakout. Our bosses were like, so the transportations are closed, everything is closed. So you guys, like, it was a lockdown, guys. Remember, it was a lockdown. So we went back home, hoping to go back to work after the lockdown. So the lockdown got finished, and there was no communication from the office, from the company. They were saying nothing, like the silence was huge. So we waited and waited until they told us that they had laid us off. They had laid off the workers. Oh my God. You can imagine, you're used to working. Now you're back to job hunting. Remember, it's a COVID time. All companies are actually laying off their workers. So you don't know if you're really going to get another job after you've lost this one. So it was really a tough time. So during that COVID break, I worked somewhere I worked somewhere part-time. I was washing clothes, I was cleaning, like, yeah, during that COVID time. Remember, everybody was at home, so I was doing that kind of work as I waited to go back to office. So after the lockdown, they didn't call us back, so I had to figure things out, like what am I going to do for my life? What's next? So in 2021, I went and worked for my auntie in her spare shop. I was working with her because I wasn't seeing jobs and all of that. And I'm this kind of girl, I don't want to stay at home. Like, I want to make myself busy. Like, the more you stay at home, the more you become broke, and the more expenses you need money, but you don't have it. So that leads you to doing some other things. And I'm that kind of girl who can't afford such kind of life. Like, the work is too much. Free money is expensive. So I worked for my auntie throughout 2021. By that time, I was thinking, what am I going to do with my life? What's next? Like, there are no jobs. So, Irene, what are you going to do? So I had to make this tough decision. I had already thought about it, but I was scared. Like, a lot of things are being said in the news, on social media, of the happenings in the Middle East and social media and Saudi Arabia as a country. So I was so scared. But you know what? It takes you to decide on what to do with your life. If you want to elevate yourself, of course, you have to get up for yourself. I had to leave my comfort zone, stand up for myself, and do the needful. So I went, I first got a passport before anything else. I went, um, got my passport. After that, I got a company. I went, I started my process, and I never looked back. I told nobody about it apart from my mom and my aunt. Those are the people that knew about it because I never wanted any negative energy. I never wanted any negative energy because it was a decision I was making for my life, to elevate my life, to see something change in my life. So the process was, I waited for 5 months. You go, you register the medics and everything. There are a lot of things that happen. So my visa came back in December 2021. That's when I got my visa to come to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but I was scared. So I had Christmas at home. After Christmas, we traveled on 30th of December. That's when we traveled to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But I was still scared, but I was praying. I prayed about it, and I thank God because He has done it for me. I thank Him because I can speak of this journey. I thank Him because He has been there from day one when I started, when I hadn't even thought about this thing. God has been in this journey. So I came to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and one thing is, I was scared of critics. The people, the friends that I had, the colleagues that I worked with, I was scared of what they are going to say about me working as a house help in Saudi Arabia. I was really scared, but actually I went off social media for half a year in 2022 for me to settle in and get used to everything. So I hid myself for that half a year and settled in. The environment was okay. Of course, there are some challenges at the start. The weather changes, the food. You're used to some kind of food, and you're here in the kingdom and you're eating rice, chicken, a lot of oil and all of that. But you got to settle in because it's the country you're in at the moment. So I settled in. I started to love myself. I started to love my job. If you can't love this job, you can't do it in the most perfect way. You can't. You're going to have issues with your boss. So I loved my job. I worked like there is no tomorrow. These guys have never mistreated me, but it has been me doing my work very in the most perfect way possible, because I know why I left home. I know what happened to me when I left home to come here and work. So I very well know that it's work that brought me here, so I have to work. Guys, I've worked and I'm working. But it's not hard. The work can sometimes be so much, but you need to get a timetable for yourself. you have to set time for you and make sure that you do their work very well. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people are saying a lot of things about Saudi Arabia, but these guys have helped us. We've been suffering back home, and they have given us a second chance to life, a second chance to live. I don't know how most of the people, but that's how I see it. They've given me a second chance to life. Like, I was just depressed. I had lost hope, but that time I have been here, it's like my life is back. I've been in a learning process. I'm in a learning process. I'm learning new things each day. That when I go back home, I'm a completely different person and I'm going to start afresh, you know? So I'm excited about this journey. It's something that God brought to change my life, to change my mindset, to change everything, to teach me something about the universe that I never knew. Guys, I don't know how I can tell you this, but that's how I feel right now. I thank Saudi Arabia. It has been good to me. It has. I am healthy. My skin is glowing. I eat, I sleep. I thank God for that. And I praise His name for that. Positivity is what is going to make you stay in the kingdom without no problems. Focus on the positive part of it and leave the negative part to God. Then the next thing, I'm money-minded. It's about the money. It's the money that got me from my country in the first place. I hate being broke. I hate being poor. That's one reason I left my degree papers at home to come and do this job, to fetch me money, to pay my bills, to take care of me. Yeah, that has helped me a lot in my journey. I'm so money-minded. Have reasons that push you each and every single day. Have reasons that are going to make you wake up from that bed every single day to go and do that work. I know it gets tiring and boring sometimes. Sometimes you wake up and feel like you don't want to touch in water. You don't want to wash those utensils. Like, you're tired, your body is tired, your mind is tired, but have a reason. Have a reason why you have to do it. I'm telling you this, it's going to help you 100%. You're going to go through all of that. Be patient. Guys, be patient. Let me give you an example. You leave your country, you come to a country where you even don't know the language they speak. They don't know your language, you don't know their language. But it's patience that takes you through that time. You learn your bosses, they learn you. Like, give yourself time to learn. Give yourself time to adjust to the environment and everything. Give yourself time, no rush, guys. Stop judging these people when you have never been here, and stop judging them from what you had. I know we've had a lot of things, but if your bosses are good, kneel down and thank God for them. And say it with your mouth that my bosses are good. You don't have to follow the society, what everyone is saying, that since everybody is saying they are bad, I also no. Thank God that you are good, and I thank God that my bosses are good. The journey to Saudi Arabia is a beginning of a new life. Is a whole new beginning. Like, Saudi Arabia is not the end of life. It's not the end of time, but it's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. If you're positive about it, if you're using it the right way. Be open to learning every single day, and that will help you a lot. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Ciao.